well to our left in the first half, knowing that a win will certainly be enough to take them through to the World Cup finals in Italy next year. A draw might be, but I don't think they'll set their stall out to defend. But that we shall see as the game progresses. Ravelli here is the goalkeeper, Thomas Ravelli for Sweden. And I wonder if he is going to be as busy as Peter Shilton was when England played Poland in Katowice. Shilton very much the England hero on that occasion. And the Poles very unlucky not to have won the match. As it was, England survived to clinch their place in the finals. Sweden are now hoping to do likewise. Hussein to Larsson, the two central defenders in the Swedish side. Roger Leung. The Poles play with so much flair against England, and they'll be hoping to progress from that performance. And hoping to show a little bit more sharpness up front too, the Poles. Although so much was down to the goalkeeping of Peter Shilton. The stadium, as you can see from the empty spaces around the stadium, by no means full. But a lot of Swedish fans here hoping to lift their team through to the finals. This is Tchaikovsky. Kazmarek to Vodovcek. Poland, who've won only one of their group matches so far, and that against Albania, who they still have to play again in the return match. Being held to a draw by England was the last straw for them. The last chance they had to go on to the finals was to have won that one, and to have beaten Sweden and Albania as well. So their chance is gone, but Sweden very much in the running for a place in the finals. A throw to Sweden, who've come here in confident mood after their 3-1 win over Albania in their last game. Good turn then by Magnusson. What will depend on his partnership up front with Johnny Ekstrom. Although I say they've come here in good heart, the Swedes, they struggled for a while against Albania, as they had in the away game, and they had to come from behind before eventually winning fairly comfortably. Plenty of determination and urgency being shown by the Swedes in the first 5 minutes. Given away by Wojcicka. Here's Magnusson. Ekstrom, who has a lot of pace ahead of him. And Vako had to be quick then, sprinting out to the edge of his area to deny Johnny Ekstrom. Tarasevic. An English heart skipped a beat in that match with England when the shot from Tarasevic rebounded off the bar in the closing seconds. Jakanowski, number 10 for Poland. Now playing, of course, Jakanowski for Celtic in Scotland. Tchaikovsky. A much changed Polish side for the team thrashed by England at Wembley 3-0 back in June. Joachim Nilsson for Sweden. One of the 4 players in midfield for Sweden, Joachim Nilsson. Taking the throw, Roger Leung. Rather half-hearted clearance, so a throw to Sweden. Just to recap, if they win this game, they'll be the group winners. Turn. Did well there. Here's Ekstrom. ran straight into trouble. The throw to Sweden. They certainly aren't prepared to just sit back if the early minutes are any indication. Ingerson, good play by him. Here's Nielsen, looking for Ekstrom in the middle. It was Kazmarek who headed clear. Wojcicka. Plenty of aggression being shown by the Swedes. Ekstrom turning well. Narowski. And Wojcicka unable to keep the ball in play. Through by Nielsen. Ekstrom touching it off. Tchaikovsky was in very quickly for Poland. Already there's plenty of fluency and mobility about the Poles, as they demonstrated against England. Tchaikovsky with the pass. Gilbert has done well here. A chance. Oh, the cross was pulled back too far. Wojcicki. And then Narowski couldn't hit it properly. And the danger is cleared. A bit of a let-off though for the Swedes there. The menacing attack from the Poles. Turn thundering into the tackle. Whistle had already gone for a free kick to Sweden. And with 7 minutes gone, they could easily have found themselves a goal behind. There's the tackle again, Kazmarek, number 3 for Poland, and Jonas Tern, the Benfica player for Sweden. Tern indeed, one of the rising young stars of Swedish football. Sweden hoping to qualify for the World Cup finals for the first time since 1978. And they've come agonizingly close to qualifying on the last 2 occasions. So they'll be so anxious not to miss out again. Wojcicki. This is Vodovcek. Nielsen though now for Sweden. Ingerson, tall, powerful player. And that was a promising run that was ended somewhat crudely. So a free kick to Sweden, who've started brightly, but could in fact have been a goal down if Poland had taken advantage of a very promising move at the other end. Now, what can the Swedes make of this free kick here? This is Jonas Tern. And Bacco coming all the way up, fisting it clear. And the shot going past him. And I'm sure he was grateful too to see it go past the post. Bacco came charging out to the edge of his area and didn't really fist it far enough away. You'll see there he was totally committed. So both teams with opportunities. No goals so far. We've had 10 minutes of the first half. Wojcicki. This is Kazmarek to Vodovcek. Nielsen was in the way. The Swedes, who've drawn 0-0 on both occasions with England in this group, And they beat the Poles by 2-1 in Stockholm. And a very tight affair it was too, with a late goal, thanks to a mistake really by Marko, the Polish goalkeeper. All the goals in that game coming towards the end. Swedes taking the lead, and then Talasevich getting the equaliser for Poland before the winner from Niklas Larsson, who'd come on as a sub for Sweden. Turn to take the throw. Finding Joachim Nilsson. It was Roland Nilsson with the cross in. And the header down was from Ingerson, but safely out for a goal kick to Poland. Nawrowski. Joba, busy little player. So is Kozetski, the two long-haired players in the Polish team. Czechowski, and that's a free kick to Poland. So some defending for the Swedes to do here. Talasevich has shown his prowess from long-range shooting in previous matches. I wonder if he's going to strike one from here or curl in across. Here's Talasevich, and the goalkeeper right behind it as it bobbled up into his grateful arms. Tomas Ravelli, very experienced goalkeeper, his 68th international cap. He's winning tonight. Joba. Kozetski. A lovely play by him. Now Talasevich. Could be something on here for the Poles. Hooked away. And the break now for Sweden. They've got players up here. Ekstrom. Whistle's gone, I think, for offside. And Poland taking their free kick quickly. And Kozetski has got clear here. Oh, good save by Ravelli. Kozetski had the pace. He was away from his marker, but he couldn't beat Ravelli. His positioning was perfect. But again, a narrow let-off in for the Swedes. And the Polish voices now being raised around the stadium. They've been rather subdued so far, the Polish supporters, knowing that their own team have no chance of going on to the finals. And hoping for a morale-boosting win from their team, and Kozetski very nearly slid them into the lead then. Denied by some outstanding goalkeeping by Ravelli. Corner now then to Poland. Talasevich to take the kick. Talasevich now from Neuchâtel in Switzerland. Again, the Swedes coming out quickly. Enquist. No foul. Yes, it has been given. Referee right on the spot. So it's a free kick to Sweden. Whistles and jeers from the Polish fans, but certainly not the foul from my view. The tackle then from Podolchek. Nilsson taking the free kick. Larsson trying to send Magnusson on his way. Podolchek again was the defender involved. Player who's attracting a lot of interest from clubs around Europe, Podolchek, including Manchester United and Tottenham in England. For the moment still with Legia Warsaw. Quarter of an hour gone. Still Poland 0, Sweden 0. A fairly eventful opening quarter of an hour, though. Another free kick to Sweden. This time for a foul on Ekstrom. Playing now in France with Can. Of course, made his name with Gothenburg and Bayern Munich. Never quite fulfilled the promise, though, that he had in his earlier years. Johnny Ekstrom, as the shot was fired over the bar. Marco here, who was discovered by Tomaszewski, the hero of the Polish team back in '74. Indeed, in '73, when they qualified for the World Cup finals at England's expense. Tomaszewski, you may remember, making some astonishing saves to keep England out. Well, for the moment, Sweden are keeping Poland out. In the same situation at the other end too. No goals so far. Both teams have had their chances, though. It's a free kick here to Poland. Foul on Tadasevich. Domczek taking the free kick. Kozetsky dancing past the challengers. Not a very effective clearance initially from Lyon. But the reassuring figure of Glenn Hussein was there to steer the ball back to Ravelli. Ravelli from IFK Gothenburg. And the ball coming straight back to him. Just that one important save so far from Ravelli. And it could be a crucial one as the night wears on. Magnusson is a strong player to hold off. And the shot wasn't too far wide then. Set up by the challenge from Magnusson. Jobert. Kowski. Again, there's intelligent approach play from the Poles. Tadasevich ran straight into Lyon and in fact left his leg trailing then. Tadasevich kicking off from referee Ziller. And the anguish there on the face of Lyon. Good player though, Tadasevich, but he was a little naughty then. So free kick to Sweden. Lyon thankfully is okay and back on his feet again. And Glenn Hussein will take the free kick for Sweden. Up in search of the front players, Magnusson and Ekstrom. Another crisp tackle by the Swedes. We're looking to deny the Poles space. But they are, as I was saying earlier on, a very mobile side, the Poles. Often interchanging positions. Hoping to drag, of course, their markers out of position. Lyon has done well here, initially anyway. The throw to Sweden. Czekanowski with the tackle. Turn, has he forced the corner? He has. So Bako's turn for some organising now. He's a big fella, 6'4", Bako. A relative newcomer on the international scene. 8 caps before this game tonight. Here then is the corner. Bacco didn't really get it away. It wasn't handled. Appeals from the Swedish players, and I felt there they had a case. It did look to me as if the ball struck an arm. Well, the referee clearly deciding it wasn't intentional, and the Poles have gone away with it. Bacco didn't make a clean catch, and the ball seemed to me anyway to come back off an arm. So disappointment for the Swedes, who feel there they should have had a penalty. Kazmarek to Vodovcek. Ran into trouble then. He's out of position now, but the ball just too long for Johnny Ekstrom. Tchaikovsky for Poland. They really have found it a problem, the Poles, to score goals in this group. In fact, they've managed only 2 so far. Given away by Magnusson. Off-cut the Poles again. Plenty of zest and life about their play, but no foul given. To the tackle then on Dziekanowski, which we can see again here. And the referee deciding there was no offence committed. That's a foul on Nielsen. Free kick to Sweden. Young taking the free kick. Turn a long way out. And not really extending Bacco. He had the confidence to try. Very highly rated player with Benfica, Jonas Tern. Mats Magnusson, his Swedish teammate, is also with him at Benfica. And Magnusson indeed scored 4 times in a recent league game, so he's been in good form. And the Swedes will be looking to his sharpness today. But it's the Poles on the attack now. Eventually cleared away. His turn. Ingerson lurking here, and they haven't marked him properly at all. And his shot was charged down. Magnusson again prepared to show his strength, and this time they've kept him out. But the marking was rather slack then from the Poles. Magnusson with half a chance developing. He powers past 2 players, but Bacco had come out in time. We're going to take a short break now, but rest assured you'll miss none of the action. Back in a moment. Of this World Cup qualifying match, Poland 0, Sweden 0. We've had now 25 minutes of the first half. And just to underline, it's a game that the Swedes must win to be absolutely certain of going on to the World Cup finals. A draw could well be enough. And in fact, even if they lose, there's still an outside chance. There are so many possibilities, depending on the results from teams in other groups. Holland, West Germany, Romania and Denmark. It's the 2 best runners-up from the 3 14 groups who will qualify along with the group winners. Sweden at the moment in 2nd place, behind England in Group 2. The Poles out of contention. Joba came off turn. The Poles under the guidance now then of Andres Strelau, who took over from Lazarek after the defeat by England at Wembley. And he does seem to be moulding a fairly useful side together now. They just need that extra sharpness up front. The Swedes with just about everybody back. Just Ekstrom and Magnusson were upfield. And the decision goes in Sweden's favour. And I would think the Swedes would be fairly satisfied with the first half an hour. Long way out, and no test for Barco. Shot from Enquist. Plays for the Malmo club. Enquist, one of the scorers for Sweden in that 3-1 win over Albania. Wojcicki. Domchek. Patient, methodical build-up again from the Poles. But can they find a way to pierce the Swedish defence? Domchek. A lot stemmed from his left foot. And it's off Hussein for a throw to Poland. Wojcicki, who was the leading goal scorer in Polish club football last season. The Poles looking to pin the Swedes back. Tarasevich. Well, he hit it quite firmly wide of the post, which Ravelli will feel he had covered anyway. Tarasevich really can't strike a ball. It was a tremendous goal that he scored against the Swedes in Stockholm. And don't forget, it was Tarasevich who hit the bar against England too. Peter Schulten finally beaten, with the ball coming back off the crossbar. Wojcicki. Poles successfully switching wings here. Spreading apart through the middle too, until Leung came across. And that'll be a corner off Nielsen. Again, some imaginative play from the Poles. But can they find the finishing product? Adasevich. Tchekanovsky thought he was checked then, complaining to the referee, who's not interested in his claims. But he pulled my shirt, ref, says Tchekanovsky. Magnusson beaten in the air. Tchekanovsky for Poland. Cut out though by Ingersson. One of the newer faces in the Swedish team. Wojcicki, half an hour gone. It's still Poland 0, Sweden 0. A match that they will decide whether Sweden go on to the World Cup finals in Italy next year. If they win, it certainly will. That will be enough to guarantee their participation. Poles, of course, were there in '86. Rather disappointing, though. They went out in the first phase. They also qualified in '82, '78 and '74. Missing out this time. Wojcicka. Kozetski surely was pushed off the ball by Peter Larsen. Indeed he was. It's a free kick to Poland. Kozetski, who's a rock music fan, as his length of hair might suggest. Not a bad player either. Another of the contingent from Legia Warsaw, Kozetski. This is Tarasevich taking the kick. Powerfully away by Hussein. Roland Nielsen taking the throw. Here's Ingerson. Nielsen again. Tarasevich did well. Read the situation. He finds now Nabronki. Wojcicka. Again, the final pass was disappointing. But Kozetski nipping in. And that could have been embarrassing for the Swedes. Quick to spot the possibilities then, Kozetski. Got in ahead of Ingerson, although in the end the shot was rather tame. And they do just seem to lack that penetration in the last third of the field, the Poles. And now they're under pressure themselves. Magnuson pulling it back, just nicked away. Nabronki with the tackle. And what an important challenge that was. Nielsen. Excellent play by him. Barker's lost it. And it's, oh, surely punched away. It was Tarasevich. Now, has the referee seen it? The shot from Ekstrom. And it was punched away. Well, Tarasevich saying no. And the referee surely has given the penalty. He has. The linesman over on the far side confirmed. But Tarasevich used his fist. As Barco here lost the ball. Ekstrom aimed for the far corner, and there it is, palmed away. No question at all, and it's a penalty. And what an opportunity here then for Sweden. Peter Larsen. It's all on his shoulders now. And he's done it. The Swedes have scored. Around 10 minutes of the first half to go. And what a valuable goal that could be now then for Sweden. And I wonder if that is the goal that is going to take them through to Italy. Peter Larsen converts the penalty. Determination there on the face of Glenn Hussein, the Swedish captain. And there are celebrations now among the Swedish fans. Sweden have the lead. And they'll fight every inch of the way now to protect it. No doubt at all, it was a penalty. And the shot from Ekstrom was certainly going in before Tarasevich punched it away. So the Poles have a battle on now. Czechowski, he's done well here. He had Kosecki up with him, and the whistle has gone for the free kick anyway to Poland. Ravelli looking rather aggrieved by the decision, but I can't think why. It certainly looked a foul. Complaints, though, also from the other Swedish players. I think it's for the tackle there from Magnusson on Wojcicka. So the whistle has gone before the ball reaches Jakunovski. Wojcicka still needing some attention. This is Krzysztof Wojcicka, two Wojcickas in the Polish side. They are brothers. Wojcicka here, 24 goals in the Polish league for Ruch Chorzów, the champions of Poland last season. Dangerous player up front. Still lacking that edge that they need in front of goal, the Poles. So far they've troubled Ravelli only once or twice, really. And Sweden have scored at the other end. The penalty from Peter Larsson. Free kick to Sweden. Turn is there, and Nielsen and Magnusson. And now Hussein has come up from the back too. Looking for the cushion of the extra goal. A four-man Polish wall. There's Magnusson. Delicate chip through. Ingerson. Leung with the cross. And that'll be out for a corner. Well, Barco has gone to retrieve the ball and I think felt it was a goal kick. And that's not too professional. Then he's left the ball there. And if the Swedes are quick, they could catch it out here. As you can hear, the Polish crowd don't approve. I must say, it looked a corner to me. And the referee obviously thought that. In the end, it all comes to nothing anyway. Larsson, the goal scorer, all the way back to Ravelli. As the Swedes look to hold on to their lead, and also to increase it if they possibly can. Sweden hoping to qualify for Italy as group winners. And they'll achieve that if they can win this match in Katowice. It's looking good for them at the moment. At the Poles, the enterprise to break them down. With the pass, easily cut out though. But back come the Poles again. Jakunovski coming from deep. And there's an air of confidence about the Swedes now. Ekström gave himself a little bit of space. Barco down to save. Half a chance for Johnny Ekström. It was a long way out, but the Poles were at full stretch to hold the Swedes here. And Ekström set himself up for the shot, couldn't beat Barco. Jakunovski 5 minutes of the first half to go. It's still Poland 0, Sweden 1. In this crucial World Cup qualifying match in Poland, which the Swedes have to win to claim their place in Italy. But just to remind those of you who may have been joining us in the last few minutes, a draw may well be enough for them. Wojcicka with this free kick then for Poland. Good turn, and again the finish was poor. This time from Wojcicka. Scored the winning goal against Albania in the 1-0 victory. The Poles still have to play, remember, the Albanians again. But that will have no bearing on the outcome of this group. And Ravelli's early save looking very significant now. Juba. Hussein with the throw. Such a commanding player at the back, Hussein, and he's settled in so well too for Liverpool in the English First Division. They have had to manage without him in the Littlewoods Cup tie against their great rivals Arsenal this evening. Nielsen with the cross. Oh, Magnussen! It should have been 2. They left him at the back. It was a free header, really, for Magnussen. And he will be upset that he didn't put that one away. It stays at 1-0. Delightful cross then from Nielsen, who's picked out Magnussen. And Barco makes the save. And really, the Poles should be 2 down. As it is, they're still very much in this game. And I wonder if the Swedes might yet rue that missed chance. Here's the corner. Karasevic. Didn't quite have the pace. Got to the byline. But couldn't pull it back. At least not beyond Ravelli. Nearing now then the end of the first half. The Poles with a lot of possession early on, but they couldn't turn that advantage into goals, and then found themselves one behind. Throw to Sweden. Their coach, Ali Nordin, hoping to guide them through to the finals. He'll be delighted with the way things stand at this stage. Leung now. Kazmarek allowing the ball to run out for a goal kick as we move into the last minute of the first half. Wojcicka. Jekanovski. Nawrowski. The Poles facing a packed Swedish defence. Kozetski did well though, on his cross in. And the Swedes struggling to get the ball clear. We're now into time added on for stoppages. Wojcicka. The Poles looking to end the half on a high note. Are they going to do so here? They've got 5 up in this attack. Kozetski! He couldn't hit the target. Ravelli unhappy at the marking. They had 5 up then, the Poles. And at the end of it all, there's the header from Kozetski, which didn't extend Ravelli. Cross beyond 3 of the players coming in. Kozetski with a weak header at the far post. And that, I would think, now is the last chance of the first half. The referee, indeed, has now blown his whistle to end the first 45 minutes. And what an excellent half it's been then for Sweden. Leading here by 1-0, the penalty from Peter Larsson 10 minutes before half-time. Plenty more to look forward to in the second half, I'm sure. Join us again after the break. And the second half of Poland's World Cup qualifying match in Group 2 against Sweden. The Swedes just 45 minutes away from clinching their place in the finals. And they'll do that if the score stays the same. They lead 1-0 then. The goal, a penalty from Peter Larsson with 10 minutes of the first half to go. Kozetski, as the Poles break straight onto the attack. What a difficult cross for the goalkeeper to deal with, and Ravelli rather flapped at that. Somehow managed to steer it away. So a scare for the Swedes there right at the start of the second half. Positive opening by the Poles. Ekstrom, a mistake has let him in here. Still Ekstrom, and that was deflected. So a corner to Sweden. Action in both penalty areas. And the Swedes know that a second goal would make life that bit easier for them. They very nearly conceded one at the other end as Kozetski teased Ravelli with his cross. And Ravelli made a bit of a meal of it, really. Away by Bako. Free kick to Poland. Joba was facing the other way initially. Larsson is Ekstrom. Tall, long-legged player, prepared to take defenders on. An offside against Enquist. He looks far from happy with that decision. Kazmarek. Podomchek. Rather aimlessly forward though, and I think the flag up anyway for offside. So free kick to Sweden. I would think the message from Olli Nordin at half-time would be to keep it tight, give nothing away, but of course look for the cushion of a second goal if possible. They're doing exactly that now. And the Swedes have already succeeded where England failed in Poland, scoring a goal. And England were under almost constant pressure in that game. The Swedes had a fair amount of the ball themselves here. And they have the one goal to show for it so far. But the Poles playing themselves out of trouble. Now, how swiftly can they break here? Chaubert. Well, to keep his footing then. but easily dealt with by the Swedes. Good build up. They've got players in support in the area. Again, headed away for the corner. Off Hussein. Kozetski with the corner. 5 minutes into the second half. Poland searching for the equaliser. That was a late tackle. Foul on Tchaikovsky. Kalisevich might be prepared to have a go from here. He does possess a venomous shot. Either foot too, but this time finding colleagues in the area. Kozetski trying to wriggle through. The Swedes back in numbers. Magnusson. Ekstrom. It would be a major triumph for the Swedes if they can go on to the finals. Coached by Olli Nordin, who took over after the Swedes failed to reach the '86 World Cup finals. Dobczek for Poland. Again, the Swedish defence standing firm. Magnusson, I think, was looking for the tackle, really. Wojcicka was fouled. As again, the Swedes bring almost everybody back behind the ball, defending this free kick. Plenty of time for Kazmarek. And the Swedes sticking grimly to their task. They can't get the ball back off the poles for the moment, though. Tchaikovsky. Now, where's he going? Certainly there's not too much emotion from the Polish crowd at the moment. Hoping their players can raise their game in the second half to deny the Swedes the win that would make absolutely certain of their place in the finals. Hard to say what will happen if it ends in a draw. There are so many permutations, as I was saying earlier on. But the feeling is that a draw would be enough anyway. Now, Kozetski. Hussein waiting in the middle. Joachim Nielsen. Finding Leon. Cheered by the Swedes in the crowd. Leon's cross. Easily intercepted, though, by Dobczek. Juba for Poland. The Poles seeking that spark that they need. Got to inject some life into their play now to find a way through this packed Swedish defence. Wojcicka leaving the throw for Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky gave Peter Shilton one or two anxious moments in the game against England with his long-range shooting. Wojcicka with the throw. Wants some movement ahead of him. Tchaikovsky here. Wojcicka again. But he was always struggling to get across it then. Confronted by Joachim Nilsson. He's had an excellent match for the Swedes. Tarasevic. Larsen away. The Swedes contesting every ball now, as you'd expect. There's so much determination about their play, with that place in the final so close now. A free kick to Poland. 10 minutes into the second half. Still Sweden leading by 1-0. The first half penalty from Peter Larsen. Kazmarek pumping it forward, but rather hopefully. And the Swedish defence will have no problem dealing with that kind of service. Tarasevic, good touch off. Wojcicka over the bar. And the Poles still being restricted to shooting from long range. And Ravelli will look back with much pride at the end of the night if it stays at 1-0, or indeed stays with a win for the Swedes. He'll look back with a lot of pride on that first half save early on from Kozetski. Juba. Wojcicka. Now Tarasevic. This is the other Wojcicka. And the cross goes safely in the arms of Thomas Ravelli. 30 years old, hoping now to be taking part in those World Cup finals next year. And a great servant to Sweden has Ravelli. Certainly, Ollie Nordin has put together a very useful side. Tchaikovsky leading the throw to Potovcek. Now, Ingerson hoping to send turn away. The covering tackle, though, is a firm one from Kazmarek. Another of the Legia Warsaw players. Coach Strelau was in charge of Legia Warsaw, so not surprisingly, he's drafted in quite a few of their players into the squad. Passes from Enquist, then from Nielsen. Hooked away, but not too far. Leung. Good left-footed ball in. Half-hearted appeals for obstruction on turn. But certainly the referee in no way interested, and it's a goal kick to Poland. Barco beaten once by the penalty from Peter Larsen. The Swedes, of course, prepared now to chase every cause. Can the Poles pin them back here? Wojcicka. Anderson got in the first tackle, Larson the second, and here's Ekstrom now. Hoping to show his pace, he's taking the ball on. Still Ekstrom, oh, that's a magnificent goal! And has that now taken Sweden through? A superb piece of individual play by Johnny Ekstrom. There were defenders all around him. Through the legs there. Barco with a sparing lunge. And it wasn't enough to prevent Johnny Ekstrom from guiding the ball in. Well, on the terraces, I can tell you the Swedish fans are going potty. And nothing now will convince them that their team aren't going to be in those World Cup finals next year. Ekstrom with the second goal for Sweden. We've had a quarter of an hour of the second half, and it's Poland 0, Sweden 2. And if it stays this way, Sweden will go on as winners of Group 2. Well, they really can breathe a little easier now with that second goal. Delightfully scored by Johnny Ekstrom, who's had his critics down the years, but they'll love him in Sweden now. It's looking as if Sweden will be joining England in Italy. Bobrovsky's little chip forward. Here he is again. But Poland are really up against it now. And all the noise from around the ground is coming from the Swedish supporters as Ekstrom goes in again. Barco couldn't make the save, and Ekstrom has scored the goal, which now surely has Sweden on the verge of reaching the finals for the first time, remember, since 1978. They had an excellent team back in the 70s. And they'll have high hopes of this one doing well in the finals next year. No reason why they shouldn't either. This win, if it is proved to be the case, will take them a point clear of England at the top of the group. Hard really now to see the Poles coming back. And here's Leung for Sweden. Hussein with a header. Karasevic, long raking pass. And the shot again was way over the crossbar. Not too often have the Poles managed to hit the target. And their heads now beginning to drop, looking a little dejected. The Polish players, as well they might. They couldn't score against England, and they haven't managed to beat Ravelli either. Joyful scenes among the Swedish fans who turned out in force here in Katowice. Planning now to sing their team through to the finals. They're not there yet, of course, but it's going to take quite a turnaround to deny Sweden their place. Leung with the free kick. Ingerson, who just beaten the offside trap, but his cross in well too. But away come the Poles, sweeping out from defence to attack. Rosicki, he's showed so much pace, and the cross comes to nothing. Kozetsky has been a constant thorn in the flesh of the Swedes. Leung. They've got to stay cool and composed now. And this fellow, you can rest assured, will lead by example if he possibly can. Glenn Hussein, but even he got caught then. Tarasevic. Juba. Good save by Ravelli. When he has been called on, Ravelli has been equal to just about every task that the Poles have set him. Joubert. And the cross was too long. And that final ball, or the final shot, whichever, has been so often disappointing for the Poles. Some thoughtful approach play from them. The end product has often let them down. And it's the Swedes who are in control. And for the moment, heading for Italy. Leung with a throw. They lead 2-0. Peter Larsson in the first half with a penalty. And then a superb individual goal scored by Johnny Ekstrom in the second. Tarasevic for Poland. Tarasevic again. This is Kazmarek. And Larsson to tidy up at the back. Leung. On from Magnusson. Jakunovski. There's Magnusson. Ekstrom was up in support. But the Poles can start again. Juba. Tarasevic. My word, he's worked so hard, Tarasevic. Here he is once more for the Poles. But it's looking a lost cause for them. Tarasevic. Wojcicka. Just past the side netting. With Ravelli out to cover the angle. Tarasevic with the pass through, and there's Wojcicka. And again, his shot was wide. And the Swedes survive. We'll be back with the rest of the match after this short break. Where Sweden are now in sight of that place in the World Cup finals next year. Leading Poland here by 2-0. Extremely well positioned to earn that place, which they will do if they hold on to this 2-0 scoreline. And they're on the charge again here, Sweden. And I'm sure they'll settle for the 2 goals. But Poland haven't given up hope yet. Out of the running themselves, of course, for a place in Italy. But hoping to build towards the next major championship, the Europeans, which in fact will be held in Sweden in 1992. Tarasevic. Again, there was no way through. Larsson away. Now Magnusson. Nielsen just beyond Ekstrom and touched back by Vodovcek. And what a fillip that goal will be for Johnny Ekstrom, who's been struggling really with Cannes in France. Just a couple of goals in the league. And he will be absolutely elated at the second goal for Sweden. Ingerson, powerhouse in midfield. Nielsen with the throw. The Swedes were impressed with the Polish team when they outplayed England for such a long time in the recent game here. But they came here themselves believing they could win, and it's certainly looking that way for them at the moment. Kazmarek. Still time for the Poles to retrieve the situation. But they do need more urgency, I think, and certainly a lot more sharpness around the penalty area. The Swedes happy to soak up the pressure. And a substitution about to be made by the Swedes. They're going to bring on Niklaus Larsson. And he was the man who scored a winning goal when the two teams met earlier in this group in Stockholm. So he'll have fond memories of that. And he has a chance now to play his part in this game as well. And he has come on for Ingerson. So that's the change that the Swedes have made. Larsson on for Ingerson. Ingerson has certainly tiled away in midfield, so perhaps he's tiring a little. And a fresh pair of legs now will do no harm for Sweden, as they edge towards the victory that they have fought so hard for. Leung now then with the free kick. On from Magnusson. Ekstrom was in there lurking, just hoping for a slip at the back from the Poles. All rather untidy. Free kick awarded to Poland. The player injured there is Tchaikovsky. And I wonder if he is going to be able to resume. Doesn't look too happy at the moment. But on we go with the free kick, taken by Tadasevich. The Poles now with one sub on anyway, Kubicki. And I wonder if they're going to have to replace Tchaikovsky too. It's all looking rather comfortable for the Swedes. 2-0 up. And Ravelli hasn't had all that much to do really in the second half. One scare right at the start of the half. But he could be under pressure here. Flicked out for the corner by Larsson. Kozetski taking the kick. Joubert. Plenty of time for Hussein. And nothing is going to hurry him now, with Sweden so close to the World Cup finals. They beat Albania, drew with England, of course, twice, beat Poland 2-1. Then the other win against Albania recently to bring themselves within sight of a place in the finals. And I don't think now there's anything really that Poland can do to prevent them going on. Magnussen with the header. Ekstrom. And Niklaus Larsson forcing the corner with a quarter of an hour to go. And the Polish crowd are becoming rather impatient, really, with their team's efforts. They started fairly promisingly in this game, but now the Swedes have taken charge. Nielsen with the corner. No offside. And the shot goes wide. Enquist hitting the shot. Little interchange of passes. It could split open the Polish defence. Now, Niklaus Larsson. Magnussen's in the middle. And Ekstrom was there too. And in the end, safely back to Baku. The Poles looking to step up a gear, and they'll need to if they're to get anything out of this game. Dziekanowski. Joubert. And he was impeded. Free kick to Poland. And that will be the signal for the Swedes to pull everyone back. They'll be desperate now to hold on to this 2-0 lead, with Rome beckoning. Nielsen, who's had an outstanding match for me. Magnussen, my word, he's battled away too. Looking more and more as if it's going to be third time lucky then for the Swedes, having missed out in 82 and 86. Dziekanowski for Poland. The Swedish defence not really too hard pressed. And Ravelli knows his team are nearly there. Well, that was a dreadful back pass. So unnecessary, really. So the Poles have a corner they can hardly have expected. Dziekanowski. The referee was in the way that time. Roland Nielsen for Sweden. way past for Joubert. Jekanovski. Tarasevich. Could be a shooting opportunity. The space, though, was quickly denied him. Little kick-off from Nielsen. Leung. Plenty of confidence now about the Swedish play. And they have this 2-goal lead, which surely now is going to be enough to take them through to Italy. England and Sweden were the pre-group favourites, with Poland the dark horses. And it seems now that, well, the bookies were right. England and Sweden are going to be the teams going on. England booking their place with the goalless draw here in Poland. And if Sweden do go on, they'll also be joining Brazil, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Yugoslavia, Spain, and of course Italy, the hosts, and Argentina, the holders from Mexico in '86. Great night this for Swedish football. Providing, of course, that they do hold on. And they certainly don't seem under too much threat at the moment. It's a rather lackluster second half display from the Poles, defied by that pass, which Tchaikovsky had to fetch. Vodovcek. Ravelli. The game will take his time. No need to hurry. Vastly experienced international goalkeeper. Substitution about to be made then by the Poles. In fact, a double substitution, because Sweden are making one as well, and Johnny Ekström has gone off. So one of the heroes, and he has now been replaced by Lindqvist. So Ekström, the Swedes feel, has done enough. Stefan Lindqvist, the second substitute brought on by the Swedes. I think the Poles were about to make one as well. Here's Larsson. And it's now developed into something of a stroll for the Swedes. And their fans are celebrating noisily. They've come here knowing that a draw could be sufficient, but it's even better than that at the moment. 2-0 up. Jekanovski. Kubicki. Surrounded, though, by a posse of yellow-shirted defenders. Joubert. No way past Larsson. Free kick to Sweden. The minutes tick away. Nielsen was the player fouled. And the Poles seeming very dispirited. But away they come now. Tarasevich. Jekanovski. And offside here against Magnusson. Hubert trying to force his way through. Larsson had come across. Peter Larsson, scorer of the first goal for Sweden. The second, a real gem from Johnny Ekstrom. And those goals look like being enough for Sweden. The ball handle, so free kick to Poland. Kubicki leaving the free kick for Tarasevic. Ravelli in the Swedish goal will be well aware of what he can do. A variation though this time, and the shot again not extending Ravelli in any way. 5 minutes to go. It's still Poland 0, Sweden 2. Free header on. Tchaikovsky for Poland. Can the Poles stage a last gasp revival? They haven't really hinted at it in the second half. And it's been a thoroughly professional performance from the Swedes. Contained the Poles, restricted them really to only a handful of chances, and they've scored twice themselves. Tarasevic away from Magnusson. Lindqvist was snapping back at him. Now Nielsen turned back into trouble though. Poles played with a lot of style against England, but they haven't been able to outsmart the Swedes. And while I don't think I would suggest that the Swedes will win the World Cup, I reckon they'll give a good account of themselves when the showdown begins in Italy next year. Surely they're heading for those finals now. Just minutes to go. And the Swedes with this 2-goal lead. It's being threatened here. And Larsson had to turn it away, and Ravelli exchanging words then with Tchaikovsky. I'm not sure if they can understand each other. Anyway, it wastes a few more seconds. So Ravelli won't be too perturbed. With his team on the verge of a famous victory. Touched off initially by Lindqvist. Kasparek for Poland. And for the Poles, I'm afraid, it's back to the drawing board. A rather reckless tackle. But only a throw to Poland. Polish fans beginning to drift out of the stadium. Rather dismayed at their team showing here. A free kick to Poland. The Swedes with almost everyone in their own half. And they'll be so anxious not to concede a goal here that could put them under pressure in the dying seconds. Kubicki with the free kick. A packed penalty area. Too many Swedish defenders Tam leading the charge. There are two players quickly up in support. Magnusson, can he finish it off? Barco quickly out. But now the Swedes are 30 seconds away from securing their place in the finals. A triumph for their coach, Olli Nordin, and for the Swedish team. They're almost there now. Larsson missed out, and the shot driven wide. We're now into injury time. Glenn Hussein, the Swedish captain, looking across at the referee and indicating that surely time is up. There are only seconds left. A valiant display by Sweden to come here and to defeat the Poles as they have done. And they are in the World Cup finals. Huge cheers from their supporters on the terraces. And the players celebrating down on the pitch. What a night for Sweden. They've beaten Poland by 2-0. Peter Larsson with the first half penalty, and the second goal that settled it. A real beauty from Johnny Ekstrom. Sweden are in the World Cup finals.